The present is the only existential reality. There is no other place. Becoming. You've been doing it your whole life. Becoming better. Becoming worthy. Becoming enlightened. Becoming free. Always becoming. Never being. But here's what Osho saw that most people miss. The very act of trying to become something is what keeps you from simply being. You're not on a path to yourself. You're on a path away from yourself. Every step toward becoming is a step away from the only place you needed to be, right here. Not the transformed you, not the future you. This one, the one listening now. What if you stopped becoming? There's a question that was once asked to Osho. Simple, direct, but it contained an entire life's confusion in just a few words. In what ways would you like to see us become as ordinary as you are? Read that again in your mind. How can I become ordinary? Osho didn't answer immediately because the question itself was the answer. The question revealed the trap almost everyone lives inside without knowing. He said, one never becomes ordinary. You can become extraordinary. But the very process of becoming leads you away from being ordinary. You see, there are two types of people walking through this world. Those who live and those who are always becoming. The ones who are becoming never arrive. They can't, because the horizon they're chasing, it moves. Osho described it perfectly. It is just like the horizon. Looking so close, you think you can reach it. Just a few more miles. But as you reach those miles, the horizon recedes again. The distance remains always the same. A few more months of discipline, a few more books, a few more changes. Then you'll be ready. Then you'll be enough. Then you'll finally be the person you're supposed to be. But that moment never comes. Not because you're failing, but because you're chasing something that was never meant to be caught. Think about it. A tree doesn't try to become a tree. A bird doesn't practice being a bird. A river doesn't wonder if it's flowing correctly. Only humans do this. Only we look at what we are and decide it's not enough. Only we create maps to destinations that don't exist. And the cruelest part? We do it with the best intentions. We read scriptures. We follow teachers. We try to become like Jesus, like Buddha, like someone who figured it out. But Osho saw through this completely. He said, drop the very idea that you have to be according to some discipline, some scripture, some theology. Forget completely that you have to be like Jesus or Buddha or Mahavira. Because here's the truth. Existence doesn't duplicate. Existence never makes two of the same thing. Not two identical snowflakes. Not two identical fingerprints. Not two identical souls. If existence wanted another Buddha, Osho said, it would have created thousands of Buddhas. It would have made them on an assembly line. But it didn't. It made you, exactly as you are. Not as preparation for who you'll become. Not as a rough draft. As the final version. This is the part that's hard to accept. Because we've been walking so long. We've invested so much in the journey, in the becoming. To stop now feels like giving up. But it's not giving up. It's waking up. Osho described people caught in becoming as those who waste their whole life and die unfulfilled, in tremendous despair, because they can see that the whole life was there for them to live. But because of their desire to become something, someone, they sacrificed all that was freely available to them, all that was freely available, right here, right now, not at the end of the path, at the beginning, in the middle, at every step. So let me ask you something. Where are you trying to get to? What version of yourself are you chasing? And what would happen if you just stopped? Let's do something together. Not to become anything, not to achieve anything, just to notice where you already are. Wherever you're sitting or standing right now, feel your feet, not thinking about them, feeling them, the weight, the contact with the ground. Feel the temperature of the air on your skin. Cool, warm, neutral. Notice the farthest sound you can hear. Now notice this. You're here. You've always been here. Every step you thought was taking you somewhere. You were already there. You weren't walking toward yourself. You were walking around yourself, mistaking movement for progress, mistaking effort for transformation. But transformation doesn't happen through becoming. It happens through recognition, recognizing that you were never broken, never incomplete, never a rough draft waiting to be revised. You're not late. You're not behind. You're exactly where existence placed you, and existence doesn't make mistakes. Now, I know what your mind might be saying right now, but I do need to grow. I do need to change. I do have work to do. And maybe that's true. But there's a difference between growing from a place of lack and growing from a place of wholeness. A tree grows, but it doesn't grow because it hates being a sapling. It grows because it's a tree, and growing is what trees do. You can evolve, learn, expand, but not because you're not enough now, because you are enough now, and life is an exploration, not a test. The moment you stop trying to become someone else, something shifts, not dramatically, not with fireworks, but quietly, like dust settling after you stop moving. You start noticing things you've been walking past your entire life. The taste of water, the texture of sunlight through a window, the strange comfort of silence. These were always here. You were just too busy walking to notice. Next time you feel that familiar pull, that voice that says you're not there yet, that you need to be more, do more, become more. And ask yourself, where am I trying to go? And then notice, where am I right now? They might be the same place. Osho ended his response with something so simple, it's easy to miss. You are where you are trying to reach. There is nowhere to go. You have not to become anybody. This very moment, you are what existence wanted you to be. Don't miss it. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Not after you arrive. Not after you change. Not after you become. Now, this version of you, tired, confused, searching, doubtful, imperfect. This one, existence wanted this one. You've been walking so long. You can stop now, not because you've arrived somewhere new, but because you were never lost to begin with. You were always here. You just forgot to look down. If this landed somewhere in you, sit with it. Don't rush to the next thing. Don't add it to your list of things to become. Just let it breathe. And if you'd like to keep exploring these spaces where words meet silence, I'll be here, not to make you into something, but to remind you of what you already are. Until next time, stop walking, start being.